What's up, everybody, and very happy Friday. Thank you all for tuning in on tonight's broadcast of Freedom Wars here on 6 Axis. So with that being said, let's team up with the community in cooperation, or PvP, as we get ready to embark towards a wonderful world of Freedom Wars. Now, very happy Friday to all those tuning in, whether it be on the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, are going to be playing here on the PlayStation Network. As you already know, every single Friday starting 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we like to deploy on several operations, whether it be co-op or PvP. And we're going to make it happen tonight. We're going to start off with some co-op though, because sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the PvP people to come together and prepare the lobby. So we're going to embark on this epic weekend, which has now arrived. And happy holidays. It's pretty much around the time that I think Easter's right around the corner. Could be today or tomorrow, not sure, maybe over the weekend, but either way, I think it's Sunday, right? I think so. But let's make it happen anyways, as we make up an online lobby for its people and do some good old contributions. We have to serve our beloved Panopticon, and you know, so that way we can make the Overlord Percy Propa proud, right? Oh boy. Alright, so we'll get ready to set up the lobby as we make it happen. There'll be no restrictions whatsoever, as it's a dedicated kind of event for its people and stuff. So should you need help with progression within the missions or any of that good jazz, well then tonight is your night, and we're going to make it a fantastic time, right? Of course, is what we do. We'll be located over here on the twitch.tv 6-axis slogan, or not slogan, but the room slogan, which is based off our URL, which is the original channel of these wonderful broadcasts. And if you're representing over there, well then shout outs to you, man, because that's where it's at. YouTube is you know, YouTube does this thing too, you know, but they don't do the copyright strikes that Twitch does. So shout out to Twitch, and not having none of those silly copyright strikes, because they go ham on that. They need to chill with that, you know, calm down a little bit. Alright, so let's get ready to commence tonight's operation. We'll be selecting several missions as we make this happen. I will be going ahead and let's see, we're going to be asking for some specific type of missions. We're going to try to do some geek good missions. Of course, harvesting materials or doing some entitlement point stuff is always good, and that's what we're going to strive for. And it's going to be a fantastic time as we make it happen. And yep, just as Joshua over here says, very wonderful Friday to you. Heck yeah, man. And hello to everybody else who's joining and celebrating this lovely evening. We're going to make it the most that we can. So as we get ready to start this off, we're also going to be selecting some Dynamo missions, of course, because the dragons are definitely one of those things that we like to face. And there's a bunch of types of missions we like to go for, but it's going to be great, right? Of course, it's what we make happen. We got some Ramosas and Paradoxes over here too, and I think we got Paradox and a Dynamo. Let's do that one too. Man, like I say, this game here, you know, we don't play as much Freedom Wars as we ought to play, or we like to play, but unfortunately there's just so much games right now, and you know, Monster Hunter just came out, so we recently replaced that Freedom Wars with that one, which is kind of a good trade a bit. You know, we still have that Freedom Wars going on the Fridays, so we good. We're not missing out too much, but we did pretty good though, and I'm excited. So anyways, let's make it happen and get some missions selected as we deploy onto Grand Festivity, which is this fantastic little number here, and we're gonna get some special operations kicked up. I know we already have some already on the standby, but let's go make it a fantastic and wonderful run. You know what? Let's go big. Let's go take out some Dynamos, the dragons. Oh yeah. So starting off this battle for round 1, wave 1, we're going to have ourselves equip some anti-Dynamo loadouts, which you can see I already have equipped. And we're also going to be choosing for the accessory. I think that's going to be good for her, having that Easy Wolf. It's a great weapon to address the onwards assaults from the minions that are going to pop up periodically throughout the battle. So you want to make sure you're going to be able to deal with that, and we'll be a-okay. Let's make it happen. Starting it off this beautiful weekend, which has now arrived. We're gonna make it happen. I got myself some good old bottled water, of course. This is the drink of champions. And I feel like a champion tonight. So we're gonna try to make the most of it and kick it off. Oh boy, I can't wait. It's gonna be great and fantastic even, because it's Freedom Fridays, which is now amongst us. So hoorah, hoorah to the Friday. Starting off this battle, we're taking on a bunch of Dioneas. As you can see, there's one right here. This particular Dionea, however, is a little bit of a runt. This is kind of, I'm gonna call him, well, we like to call him Junior. You know, originally there are 3 of them. This is like the little bear. You're gonna have the Mama and Papa Dionea coming out right after, but not before we liquidate this son of a business Shaz over here. So let's make it happen. Starting off the battle, let's get ourselves a little bit of an adrenaline kicking up and switching over to our Hawk Shadow. Again, we want to try to eliminate all the little minions at the beginning of the fight. Never going into the battle without doing so, because again, if you let these guys run amok, they will be causing a lot of shenanigans out there, and we gotta try to eliminate them, because if not, they're gonna be running all over the place, and it's not too good. So let's get ready to get out of here and get ourselves a little bit of a band-aid kicking in, because we're gonna have this Dionea causing a lot of problems, and we're not gonna let that happen. Currently right now the team is working on hacking away the shield generator, but one of the best ways to do this is you want to try to pull that Omni Slash, and keep doing this until your Ibarra wears out. So, but right before it wears out, best idea to go with is try to carve it out. But anyways, I think we already did manage to weaken it enough, and eliminating the shield apparatus, exposing the enemy to pretty much to allied fire. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Taking out the SR-44, which is going to be a fantastic tool to open up this silly old can. One heck of a can opener this weapon is. So just make sure you want to get yourself in position for fire, and once you're in there, unleash a whirlwind of bullet barrages downrange, because you got to represent out there. And he's fantastic. It's a great way to start kicking Shaz. So let's go ahead and continue attacking the pod here. As the damage is being assessed to the enemy, his HP has now been pretty much reduced by 1/3 of the way, which is a fantastic run. And we're going to continue attacking here, and trying to bring the foe down to submission. So now again, this Dionea is a little bit of a paper mache Dionea, so we'll be able to deal with them a-okay, which is kind of the good thing. And it's a nice way to start off. It's kind of like he's like the warm-up match. Again, after that, we're gonna have 2 alpha type Dioneas, both equipped with shield generators, showing up right after this dude. And so yeah, prepare yourself for a nice little roller coaster ride. I can't wait. As you can see here, now we have the minions summoning into the battle, with this one Dionea running around in circles, pretty much causing mayhem on the battlefield. We have to go ahead and continue. But we can't stop running. We got to keep running in circles here, because as long as we do this, he'll eventually tire out, and then we can continue on with the attack. So let's go ahead and try to do that, falling a little bit back here, and get out of the way as much as possible, because once he starts attacking you with those fire attacks, and you will pretty much be able to get a nice hit on there. So be advised not to fall within its trajectory. So as attack keeps on commencing, this guy has a little bit of HP remaining, with about not that much ammunition left in stock. Let's get ready to finish him off, and congratulations, Dionea has been eliminated, and we should be advancing onto the next one. So as we're now preparing for the arrival of the next bad guys, we have to be very, very careful and position ourselves in a manner that we can go ahead and see these guys at a good range. So there's going to be one enemy spawning on that side, another one around over here, so just be very, very cautious on what goes on about. But alright, let's get ready to make it a good one as we charge up our level 2. I accidentally used one of my willow packs, which oh boy, you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna have to try to deal with this guy as much as possible. Again, it's a good thing I do have my Hawk Shadow, though. It's a great way to weaken the apparatuses. So let's get ready to take this piece of Shaz out. And again, doing these Omni Slash attacks, we will be able to weaken the shield and thus liberating the, its defenses for attacks, for our attacks. Yeah, we gotta make it happen, dude. We gotta be like the Allied forces and continue breaking on. Oh gosh, watch out for that slab attack. You don't want to get hit by that. That would spell disaster. So currently right now I am focused on the second Dionea. As you can see, this one also has a shield. So we're gonna just continue on with attacks. Again, I don't have any more Willow, so I'm unable to try to eliminate it any other way. Using the shield stuff, right? Not the shield stuff, the Ibarra. Let's get ourselves a little bit of a band-aid. And there it is. So let's prepare ourselves. We have a couple of our AIs currently down with more minions coming into the battlefield. Let's try to eliminate these guys. Again, they can cause a lot of a problem for the team here if we don't address them properly. As you can see here, the enemy does like to heal each other, which we can't allow them to do that, them being medics and all. You have to be very, very assertive on these attacks. And there he is. All minions have been eliminated. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of a band-aid. Currently my accessory is down and needs resuscitation, which currently being blocked by the Dionea. And there it is. Now let's try focusing on that second shield as we keep pushing forward, advancing for the greater good. Right? We gotta always do that. And wait for our level 2 to continue on. It should be back up soon. It's been a while since we used it, so it charges up every few minutes. Now I would have had it immediately had I not used my Willow pack too early, but it is what it is, and we advance regardless. Oh yes. Enemy is currently down, and great opportunity to go ahead and start weakening the shield here. As you see what I'm currently doing, I'm activating the I'm kind of flying around and I'm weakening the shield itself with those attacks so I can carve it later. And there it is. Shield has now been eliminated, and it's time for us to start addressing the problem with some return fire. So let's go ahead and try to get ourselves a little bit of health packs. Currently down, the accessory is going in for a revival. Hopefully she'll be able to make it in time with the minions now summoning into the battlefield. Actually can provide a little bit of a deterrence for our team here. Now let's try to fall back a little bit and continue on with the attacks. Accessory is currently down. Getting close enough so I can go ahead and try to attempt a revival. One enemy out of the way, and the count. Now at this point I already ran out of health packs, so trying to continue on over here is going to be a big necessity to be very cautious on my health. Let's try to continue aligning here towards the enemies, and we're going to open up with some firing here. Again, you want to fight one Dionea at a time. You don't want to fight both of them. If you fight both of them, it's going to be a longer fight, so you want to try to focus on kind of like a pack of wolves would take out a single, like a weakened sheep, right? So that's got kind of like the role you're going to have to play. Let's try to fall back a little bit here, and And so far right now I'm doing pretty good, not too shabby. Let's get ourselves some ammo packs. Ammunition is always important to have every so often, so it'll be interesting if they ever make like a support class that can replenish your ammo. That'll be actually pretty cool. Kind of like how they have an ammo class in KZ2. Now recently KZ2 and KZ3 actually closed their servers, Guerrilla Games announcing it quite some time ago. But on March 29th, which was yesterday, was the last day of Killzone's online experience commencing, so that's kind of crazy. So was hit by the hyper beam attack as well as the accessory, and no other remaining allied forces nearby to revive me. That is going to count as one of our tickets, so let's get back here on battlefield and commence doing what we got to do. We do got one of the Dioneos over here opening up their attacks, but he is at 50% HP, so it's pretty much downhill from here. We'll be able to assert the situation and address the problem. Be okay. So it wouldn't be too shabby. Now that one Dioneo actually provided me some cover as I was running out of the way there. Try to return some of these teammates back. Again, trying to clear out the way here from any enemy hostiles. We have to kind of make it a clear playing field for our team here to do their thing. And returning back into the battlefield, we're doing a pretty decent job here. We got one enemy actually preparing for a hyper beam attack, but that one he's not gonna do too much damage over there from that kind of elevation. But you gotta be careful with that attack nonetheless, though. Yeah, you can grab more health packs from the ground and stuff. Should there be anything available, again. There are some ammo packs over here, but the health packs are here on this side, so. Usually they're really small health packs, but it's, you know, they do replenish every once in a while, so thanks for the reminder. Appreciate that. So let's continue on making it happen. We got this guy over here. We're going to try to open up with our attacks. Again, being very careful not to fall within those fiery attacks. I'm trying to fire here with no ammunition. Now you can see I'm using the terrain as towards my advantage. He's trying to navigate himself around it, but in turn getting himself stuck, so it buys some extra time. And not too bad. Let's go ahead and get ready to revive as much as possible. Continuing with the attacks, getting hit by one of the hyper beams. Gotta be very careful. Those attacks come out of nowhere, so those are one of the things you have to be very, very cautious of anytime playing in these battlefields. I appreciate the revival as we continue on making it happen. We got about a few more fights remaining. So far we're surviving it. Again, these are 2 alpha types. These are the strongest origamis in Freedom Wars. We're taking on 2 of them with a very, very small team here, but we would go ahead and make it a good fight nonetheless. As you can see, its health is currently down, and I have to prepare myself to evacuate this premises because of the attacks here. My accessory needing a revival, so we're going to try to bring her back in the battlefield. Okay, great. That's not what I wanted to do, and unfortunately taking too long to bring back the accessory, one of them being captured. Oh, but it's actually captured by the dude that's gonna die anyways, so let's go ahead and rock and roll. There you go. Killing the one good thing about the SR-44, if there's an enemy standing in your way, you can shoot right through the enemy. The SR-44 has piercing damage, which is, I mean, it has some it was projectile damage, but it's the thing is, the shots continue traveling, so being able to shoot through enemies does make this a very unique and awesome weapon. Currently, one of the teammates are down, but wasn't in time here to revive him. 4 tickets remaining. But we got one more Dynea left, and it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. And currently just stomped on, turning into a human aircraft carrier for the flying Dynea. So the fight continues to push forward, and everybody just rolling around. Nobody's really... You gotta try to revive, man. Accessories, man, when they get close to you, they try to revive you, but instead they start rolling. It's interesting how that goes. But, alright. Now let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of adrenaline here, kicking up the fight a notch. Again, we only have one Dynea left. There's no obstacles in the fields. All enemies have been eliminated except for this one abductor. I was about to say origami. I'm like, I always have to remind myself, these aren't origamis. They're abductors. We managed to break the pod here as the enemy continues on with the struggle, but right now he's pretty much struggling there on the ground. He's like he turned into like one of those living room rugs, like those animal skin rugs and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Imagine having one like that with Dynea. I'll be a pretty big living room, but I'll be pretty epic. I'll be pretty epic though. Alright, let's get ourselves a little bit more ammunition, as there isn't any left. Let's go ahead and pick up some of the reserved ammo packs. Which there isn't any. What the freaking heck. I'm gonna get trampled by this guy. Oh gosh, my accessory revived me. Very good job. Alright, let's get some more ammo packs over here, which the good thing is there's some hidden on this side, which is kind of convenient. I won't say hidden, but one of the things I would say though, if you're ever playing in the team, make sure you, if your levels are not maxed out, try using melee weapons, because if you use ammunition type weapons, and the only means to beat this mission will be through powerful guns, make sure the people with those guns get their proper ammunition in there, so they'll be able to assert the situation. Trying to go for that attack here, but Dynea making the pretty much attack hit land, and currently will be bleeding out with no allies in sight. The AIs never use their Ibaras to revive. They should. Alright, let's go keep on pushing forward here. Again, there's not that much health remaining for this enemy, so we will be able to, with just 2 tickets left, can we do this? We'll be able to pull this fight off. I think so. We gotta be optimistic, and kind of like starting off a warm-up match. One of the most hardcore missions in Freedom Wars we're taking on with it's pretty much with a nice little setup here, but definitely a possible fight. We can do it. And there it is. Congratulations, we kicked the shabs out of both Dyneas and advancing on to the next one. Take that, you silly Dynea. Anyways, good job to all of you out there. Look at that. Look at them teeth, man. Look at those teeth. So crazy. Anyways, congratulations. 18 minutes and 19 seconds was the duration of the overall fight, as we get ready to advance onto the next one, making it happen. And it's pretty dope. So not too shabby. Man, I got I'm talking here and I'm getting like my beard in my mouth. It's crazy. Alright. Oh man, you gotta shave. That's a sign when you gotta shave. It's like when you're talking and then your beard's going, you're breathing in your beard. Alright, so we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got a total of like Nice 10 or 11 rare items. That's pretty good. These are all great for crafting yourself some fire items and stuff, fire weapons or what have you. I'm gonna donate all of them because, you know, donating is good, and it helps develop the beloved Panopticon a little bit further. KJ16 joining us here on the YouTube channel. How's it going? Very happy Friday to you. And he's saying also, I gotta like seeing Six swinging that Hawk Shadow. Oh yeah, you saw me using it. I'm a Hawk Shadow wielder. Well, this isn't just no ordinary Hawk Shadow. Oh no, I actually crafted one. I crafted one for the ages, and I'll show you exactly what I put together. I was pretty happy with this little Hawk Shadow. But this is one that I worked on, and it's a growth rate 1 late bloomer. Of course, you gotta make it. You go big or go home, right? And in this particular Hawk Shadow, I freaking stacked like 5 critical stuff on this thing. This thing is fantastic. Hawk Shadows are the best at critical damage and critical attacks and stuff. So take advantage of that. You ever heard of the saying, shake what your mama gave you? Well, that's what you do to these weapons. When there's a weapon that boasts a specific feature better than others, beef that sucker up in that area. And yeah, this thing is phenomenal. That's actually really good for, I use it for PvP as well. So this is a co-op and PvP. There's no, you know, there's no elemental damage or pod damage. So, you know, you may think it's not the greatest co-op weapon, but it works either way because it does its job, especially against little minions that can get very aggressively annoying at times, right? But anyways, we continue advancing forward as we have the people's joining. Hello, better late than never. It's currently wave 1, round 2 as the fight commences over here. We got the lovely host of individuals representing tonight as we're about to deploy onto some more objectives, some more missions. We're going to take on the heat and cold resistant bipeds, so make sure you have your anti-abductor loadouts set up so that way you'll be able to deal with any threats, incoming threats or oncoming threats, right? You'll be able to take care of them. A-okay, it'll be a piece of cake. So it'll be a walk in the park. That's what we're gonna try to go for. Always, the walk in the parks. It's great. It's fantastic. It's Freedom Wars on a Friday because of the Freedom Wars PvP. It's so lovely. Look at this. It's one of those games that you just gotta embrace and have fun and celebrate it in the grand festivity of joyness and Percy Propa, because Percy Propa just makes everything better in this game. The fact you have that little teddy bear, he looks so adorable in a world that's so dark and cruel. Like, what the heck? What the heck, Japan? But it's so cool because Japan's great at mixing the unmixable together, and you know, it's already become a thing. Anyways, as we're starting off this fantastic battle, this is currently wave 2, actually wave 1, round 2. I'm sorry. We're taking on a bunch of enemy bipeds, like literally one of each. We're gonna be taking on the you got the football head, which are the carrier ones, and the one in the center is the artillery biped. I'm gonna take out the artillery because that one's like the most annoying, and yeah, that's like, he's like the biggest spammer of the group. So we're gonna just start attacking this guy and giving him a nice little bad day as quickly as possible, right? Because it's always best to get rid of the annoying ones first, because it's, you know, they're gonna be at it all day, and you know, we don't want that. So currently you can see his HP is at 50%, so he's at pretty much half of it already remaining here. So, and we're doing a pretty good job kicking its butt. I mean, like I said, this is a Mark IV. The Mark IVs are the strongest of the abductors. So standard basic abductors ain't gonna get stronger than that. So there you go. Bam! Got hit by that AEW. Fantastic weapon at that too. So let's get ready to continue on good fight here. Let's get some little reloads kicking in, preparing ourselves for the attack upon the next enemy here. This is the carrier type ones. They're like big bobbleheads. You'll see why. You see, he does his little temper tantrum hop. He's not as bad. Some other ones do multiple hops. This guy just does one. So let's keep on preparing ourselves for this attack. Aren't you excited the weekend is here? Freaking heck, man, the weekend is now amongst us. That is great. one bite quick. I was sneezing like crazy. I'm dying. I need the medic. In the 3D world, I sneeze so much, man. Freaking allergies. I literally woke up right before the broadcast too, like I tend to do. As always, you know, taking the nap times before recording or streaming. Recording, streaming, both are happening at the same time. So that is good. Look at, I'm trying to fire with no ammunition. What the heck? What the heck, Fix Axis? What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, so let's keep pushing forward as the enemy is now has a little bit of health remaining, and he's trying to struggle. He's flailing a little bit, but almost there. Nonetheless, you know, we'll be able to kick its butt, and it'll be lovely time of the butt kicking. And there he is. We popped him like a firecracker. Bunch of little materials breaking over there as we get ready to advance on to the next one. Let's get ourselves some little extra ammunition, and we still have our adrenaline activated. I think it's still activated, is it? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and make sure it is activating this other one. I think the accessory is currently down. Bring her back onto the battlefield. Of course, it's always important to maintain these your little Pokemon, man. You gotta get those Pokemon centers doing their thing. Those missiles, man, they freaking target. Now this guy is kind of as shenanigan-y as the last abductor we fought against, but not as bad though. This guy has heat-seeking missile launchers, so let's take him out quick, because he already took me out with those silly missile launchers. Now, if you're currently seeing the loadout of my character, I'm using a pure glass cannon, which is fun to use. You die a lot, but it's great because your damage is literally like insane. Like, you have crazy damage. So with every single hit, it's gonna be pretty much landed with a. It's gonna be pretty much answered with a nice big punch, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's the greatest eliminator of anything. So I laugh at the silly abductors that stand in my way. Yes, you have to make it happen. Yes, I was you gotta be like Bane from Dark Knight. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. Yeah, it's kind of dope. Anyways, continuing on with this fantastic representation of this lovely fight here. We got a question over here. Kuro asking, by the way, Six, will you be streaming next week? Why wouldn't I be streaming next week? What's next week? Is that something happened? Something special happening next week or something I should know about? Is it Easter? Easter weekend? I guess, I don't know. Yeah, of course I'll still be streaming. I don't see why not. Unless it's like a crazy holiday that, you know, that if there's like a big holiday going on, and I usually spend them with family. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. Where the heck's my ammunition? Oh, there it is. Okay, we got the ammunition. As you can see here, we got a bunch of enemies. We got this one here with his little protective shields. Now, how do you deal with protective shields? You know how? A level 2 binding thorn, right? That's one way to deal with the shields. Just make sure you have this sucker charged and with the enemy lined up. With nowhere to go, we can go ahead and get some little adrenaline kicked in, and then we can give him a bad day, blowing up the little apparatuses here. Get ourselves a little reload. Cool thing, you can sprint while reloading. And there it is. Manages to bust up all the little shields with the Gogodode AAW. This weapon here is a fantastic weapon of breaking parts of, you know, and stuff. We got somebody dead all the way. Who the heck is all the way over there? Okay, that's an AI. Little robots. Alright, we got one dude here being caught by Grimace. Let's try to go ahead and attack him here. Again, if you attack this guy, he's gonna spawn in unlimitedly. So like unlimitedly, he has unlimited spawns. So literally, like if you wanna harvest, all-purpose bipeds and stuff, you can focus on that guy, and you're not gonna run out. You're gonna have so many all-purpose bipeds, and it's a great way to get parts. So this is actually a really good harvesting mission. Fantastic for it. This match is only over until both heat and cold abductors are eliminated, though these guys don't respawn. So once they're gone, they're gone. So don't take out both of them if you're harvesting, because of the fact that you'll end the mission. You don't want to end the mission when you're harvesting. Oh no, you don't. You want to let the mission continue and represent here. And everybody's targeting me. I'm so popular with the freaking missiles. Oh man. Alright, so let's keep on attacking the guy here. This dude's already at 50% HP. So we're below it, so that's good. As we're making some progress advancing forward, we got some individuals joining us. So Angelos over here and stuff, and making it happen. He's asking, could you please give advice of how to make strong weapons and which weapons are good for what? Oh, okay, so that's actually a good question. So if you want to know on what advice on making strong weapons, I would say anytime you're crafting something, you always want to make sure your weapon first off that you're investing into is a growth 1 rate late bloomer. How do you determine your weapon is a growth rate 1 late bloomer? First off, that's the first thing before you upgrade any weapon or anything. Make sure it's a growth rate 1 late bloomer, and before you you start upgrading it, right? So this is how you're gonna find that out, and I'm gonna provide you with the link on the comment section right now as we speak. Since you're asking on YouTube, I'll be posting it on the YouTube chat. So here's the link to this thing. I'm gonna be standing still for a second because I'm going to open up a, here it is. This is a site. This is a site that I use, and actually I'll show you what it is. So give me a second here. Okay, this website over here, I'm in the middle of a fight and I'm doing this. You want to go to this website, this link, and you can just type in whatever weapon you have, and then when you type in the weapon that you got over here, you can choose what it is, etc., and then you'll be good to go, right? This is a site. I'm gonna provide you with the link, but yeah, so when you go here, it tells you a list of weapons, and this is a great site that to use if you want to go ahead and figure out how in the world to determine your weapons a growth rate 1 late bloomer. Let's get back to the fight because the people are dying, and that's not good. So look at that, we're returning it back into battlefield, and we're enjoying it, aren't we? We're having fun. It's a beautiful event. Now let me go ahead and post this link on the stream here, so that way you can represent with the determining on what the heck is a growth rate 1 late bloomer. Okay, so make your weapon into a growth rate 1 late bloomer, right? Now that you have your weapon, okay, once you have it and you already determined that it is, start upgrading it. Upgrade that sucker. And now depending on what kind of playstyle you have as a combatant on the battlefield of Freedom Wars, you want to mold your weapon to your style. My style is really reckless. I have a stupid style. Not very much people use it. I'm what you call a glass cannon, a person who dies a lot but deals massive damage, right? I like to do that in video games. Sometimes I like to make tank characters depending on what I'm building. But for this game, it's a this game is definitely one of those very, very fast-paced hunters, right? For the hunters, that actually I'll say is the most fast-paced out of any of them. And speed and attack is what I go for. I really don't care too much for defense. As you can see, it helps carry the team and push forward for victory. Hoorah! That's what we make happen. And pretty much as you can see here, we have defeated the foe, succeeding this wonderful fight in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Congratulations, we also helped one of our comrades advance for the very first time. So hoorah! Good job to whoever that was that needed the help with the mission. We did it for you, and you represented. We got a lot of materials from this one as we did fight, and we made it happen, so good job. Hoorah! And a total of resources. Holy freaking cow, look at all those platinum items. We got a total of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 20. You got 21 rare items in this fantastic fight. Let's keep all the platinum ones. If I were you, keep all the rare ones, because these are the items that you're going to need to upgrade your weapons to their final form. I think it's level 10. Level 10 is the highest you can upgrade your weapons to. So congratulations, you guys just got some really rare materials to upgrade some powerful stuff. Catching up over here on the YouTube channel, we got Dragon Zero saying, "Yo 6, what's up, man?" What's up to you too? How's it going? I'm very happy Friday. As well to Sons-of-Helghan representing some love on the Twitch channel. Great to have you here. And a very happy Friday to everybody. So returning back onto the question of, you know, crafting a strong weapon, which one would you go for? It all depends on the weapon styles that you like. All weapons are really good in Freedom Wars. There's no bad weapons. There's like a tool for every job, right? So depending on what you're fighting, you know, for me, I find that when you're taking on Ramosas, I like SR-44s. However, SR-44s are best played when you know how to quickfire them. That's when you really take advantage of them. If you don't know how to quickfire yet, it's very simple. All it is, it's a firing rhythm. And if you watch the stream enough and you follow my rhythm that I fire the gun with, you can do it too. Try firing it in that specific speed and you'll kind of get it. At the same time, it's a bit of an exploit because you have to like sprint and then cancel the sprint with the fire. So it's a little bit of a trick shot. That's how you can speed fire it. But let me go ahead and show you what modules. Because the second thing is, after you craft your weapon, it also determines what kind of modules you want to put on the weapon, right? It really depends from players to players. Now I'll show you one of my very basic you know, common loadouts. I would say if you're gonna make a first starting configuration, Easy Katse may be one of the best starting weapons to have in this game. And I'll show you an Easy Katse right now. I have a PvP loadout over here that I use it in, and there's one on this side. So I'm gonna go to this loadout here and I'm gonna show you my Easy Katse. So this is not a well-balanced Easy Katse. This is designed for just OP-ness. That's one right there. But there is another Easy Katse that I did craft. Now, by the way, I cloned these weapons, so I have a lot of them. There's one that I made that is a well-balanced one, and I think it's this one right here, right? Was it this one? Okay, so that's not it. There's another one that I made, but either way, what a well-balanced Easy Katse is that you want to try to get something. Actually, you know what? I think I used it for. Actually, I got rid of it. I did get rid of it. Okay, let me just go ahead and get back to what I was saying. So if you're gonna try to build a nice Easy Katse, what you can do is try to make something. Oh look, we're gonna fight Imitation Red Rages. Hoorah, we're good. So let's go ahead and do this and get ready to celebrate. Fantastic fight. I'm surrounded by accessories. Oh joy. When you make an Easy Katse, make something with like I will always go for like double power-ups, right? The movement speed is really important too. Movement speeds, you're gonna notice you're gonna find yourself dying a lot less. If you have no movement speed at all, you're gonna die a lot more. My character dies a lot already, and I have 2 of them stacked on. I would die way more if I didn't have it. I have hiccups, my bad, I'm sorry. So pretty much if you have that stuff, double power-ups, double movement speeds, pod damage is good too for co-op, and then you also have you know, throw in ammo capacity, right? You want to have ammo capacity. Sometimes I don't use it. Actually, me personally, when you have a growth rate 1 late bloomer, I don't use ammo capacity because your ammunition's already ridiculous high enough, and I never in PvP I never really have to I mean, you could just use ammo packs in your set, right? So, you know, there's that you can take care of, which does its thing. Starting off the battle over here, we got a bunch of little minions we're going to focus on addressing, because eliminating these guys are always important. You want to take out as many as possible, and because they will be causing. Oh gosh, I'm using my PvP loadout. I forgot to change. Whoops, this is not good. This is actually really bad. Well, it's not bad. It's just gonna be a longer fight. So, but either way, yep. This loadout is actually kind of tailored to dealing with sinners, not so much abductors. But we're gonna try to use it anyways. Let's get ready to get close to the enemy, and we're going to try to shoot this sucker point blank. Now, as you can see here, I'm attached to the this dude, and I'm just I mean, I'm not using no. You know, he's gonna try to like shake me off, but he's gonna be unable to do so because again, with this particular loadout, well, if you attach yourself right towards the enemy shield, they're not. The only way they can shake you off is if literally they punch the ground or something. But for the most attacks, they're not gonna be able to. So let's get ourselves a little bit of adrenaline, And yeah, because we're gonna need anything possible to increase our attack here. Because yeah, we're gonna deal with these dudes, and we're playing against the red rages, which is, this is gonna be one extremely long fight. We're gonna run out of ammo too. So a good thing I have a Hawk Shadow on me. But it's not gonna deal as much damage again, because this is not, I have no attack ups on this one. I'm using the raw strength of my weapons here. So this is not a glass cannon that I'm using. So we're going to have a, it's going to be interesting though, but we will be able to pull it off. It will be done, and it will be done great. I just kind of wish I had my other stuff with me, but you always make sure you have your, it's like you gotta be prepared for every battle. But anyways, getting back to you know, crafting the weapons. Which weapons are good for what? Now, one of the biggest things that confuse me, and I want to get it out of the way, is the elements of the weapon, right? The elements of the weapon, you know, I used to think it would be something like Pokemon, like there'll be one element more effective on another different type of abductor and stuff. Not the case. The elements don't really, elements really cast more effects than damage. They're more of they're more like effects, like status effects. So the only one that adds damage, additional damage in that kind of sense, would be the Willow and Fire. Fire pretty much does gradual damage. Imagine like the enemy getting, you know, poisoned, and they have gradual damage. That's pretty much getting, you know, the results of getting burned. And then Willow, what it does is it gives additional explosions. So these abductors are actually running on a fictional element called Willow energy, right? And that Willow element is what powers and generates these mammoth machines. So what you're doing with the Willow weapon is that you're overloading it with that power, and it's kind of like a nuclear power plant having a meltdown. When its energy is, you know, too much to handle, it blows up. And that's pretty much what happens here with the Willow energy weapon. So if you're gonna keep attacking a certain area, you're gonna have little, you're seeing these little blue bursts, right, happening here. You see, like right there, those are little Willow additional explosions that kick in. So that actually adds additional damage to what you're currently dealing at the moment. So that's one of the things too. So for me, I actually like Willow primarily because it's cool, it's red and black, and you know, extra damage, why not? But if you want to go the damage route, Fire and Willow are really good. However, do note, elements only affect abductors. They do not affect humanoid enemies. All right, they don't affect accessories, and they don't affect what do you call it, sinners. So keep that in mind if you're trying to craft something and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna set my my enemies on fire. No, that doesn't really work. You can only set their abductors on fire. That's about it. So, but anyways, as you can see, the enemy does have some fire marks on him. All right, he's a little bit burned at the moment. There are probably some people on the battlefield that do have fire elemental properties and stuff. And when you do that, it actually starts burning those parts. Those specific parts will be receiving gradual damage. It's very little. It's not a lot, but it, you know, it adds to it. So, you know, like the fire element does little gradual damage, and then you have the Willow element, which does like a little bit larger. It does larger damage, but it does it like periodically, or it does it within a sequence. So you know, you pick between the two, which one you prefer, and yeah, it does a pretty good job, and it's actually very effective too for busting pods and getting additional pod damage. So that's kind of well noted. So when you are crafting a weapon and you're choosing an element, what element you want to go with, keep that in mind. Elements actually do something in this game, but not so much in a term of it. You know, it'll be more effective on a certain abductor. Now, okay, you're also asking another very important question. This game is a very large game. There's a lot to cover on, so we're gonna have that's what I'm saying. It's a very good question because there's a lot to talk about in this matter. But anyways, getting back to this, we actually beat this mission pretty quick. It was only one. I thought it was gonna be like a bunch of other red rages, but it wasn't too shabby. We did pretty good. 5 minutes and 39 was the duration of the overall battle. Congratulations as we get ready to advance on to the next one. I think currently that is it. We did have about 3 rounds. That was wave 1, round 3. You guys already know at the end of every single 3 rounds, we like to clear out the room and start up a new lobby, making it happen and making it a good one, right? Because it's Freedom Wars. It's a Freedom Wars event for its community, and that's what we're here for. We got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Like I got like I got like 6 or 7 rare items, so I'm gonna donate them. However, you can keep them if you want, especially if you're crafting or if you're new to the game. I recommend keeping everything. Don't donate stuff like I do. I donate because I already built the stuff I wanted, so I'm good. Right, so I just donate everything. But returning back into the question, which weapon will be most effective on what abductor? Well, it all varies. Ramosas hate SR-44s by a lot, especially if the elemental damage is at 100 and it's Willow. They don't like it. Another enemy out there, Paradoxes, actually they do not like the Paradoxes don't like projectile type weapons. So have fun with that. Use yourself some good old AAWs, SR-44s, whatever gun type weapon you have, and kick the butt, right? Because we gotta make it happen. So anyways, good job to everybody out there. I want to say a big thank you to the peoples for making it a fantastic fight, but we're gonna get ready to advance on to the next one. That is it for wave 1. Wave 2 starts right now. Let's make it happen as we deploy onto awesomeness and all that good jazz. Now, as I told you, we like to commence on several different missions, and for this one we're going to check out and see what goes on in the world of PvP. If there is any PvP lobbies that are hosted by one of the star players, I'll be more than happy to join it. If there isn't no lobbies available, then again we continue on to co-op and the show must go on. That's kind of the thing we like to do, and it's pretty cool, right? Of course. So we're going to search for a lobby, see if there's anything out there, and it's going to be a good time. Anyways, regardless of we do, there's no rooms available, so it is what it is. We tried, and we're going to go back onto the co-op, the world of co-op, and see what awaits us over there. So advancing over, this is going to be wave 2. Every single wave will be consisting of 3 rounds, and once we make that happen, I accidentally exited my pod. Oh boy, I gotta return to it now. Oh gosh, attention deficit disorder, you gotta love it. You start doing stuff and you totally lose focus of like what's out there. Like you become blind to like menus and stuff and signs. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and try to pay attention and focus with maximum firepower. Right, we gotta be like the Star Destroyer. Okay, so we're requesting cooperation next. We're making it happen. All right, so let me get back to your question over here, because there's a lot of abductors or weapons are weak against. Projectile type weapons, which are anything with bullets, right, or that shoots projectiles, those are great against the spiders, and it's actually decent against the more effectively the sniper rifles are very effective against the tigers. I find them. For the all-purpose abductors, you can use pretty much anything on those. They do pretty good damage. Okay, now you got the C types of flying ones, right? Those flying ones with a statue on it, the flying eyeball thing. Those are very weak against. Actually, you can have a field day. They're weak against elemental damage, and the strongest elemental damage weapon is the Creamy Screamy. All right, that's the web gun. If you learn how to quickfire the SR-44, you can quickfire the web gun, and you're gonna have a field day at destroying and dismantling that thing with that. However, I like to use the SR-44 and just aim for the statue. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot to cover in this game, and to cover everything in a video, in a single video, it would be kind of tough. Anyways, especially since we're in the middle of a community event. But that's good though. It's good to have those questions out there, because you know, it really does make it a more informative stream, and that's what we try to strive for, right? We want to make it a lovely one, right? So here it is. So we managed to get this stuff started up here. We have all these things already prepped and ready for departure. We'll be located on twitch.tv 6axis, which is the original channel that started it all, and we're gonna represent and continue pushing on Good Fight. And I advertise Twitch more because you know why? They don't do those silly copyright strikes. So good job with Twitch. Thank you. You know they do actually, but not as bad as YouTube. YouTube just goes like friggin' stupid with it. But anyways, continuing on the good battle, we'll be selecting some more missions and advancing our grand progression. It's a lovely time. It's a lovely Friday, as it's the holiday. It's the weekend. It's now arrived, and we're celebrating it with some fantastic battles. Let's go ahead and take on some kitty cats. Remember I told you about the kitty cats? Well, we're gonna take them on right now, and we'll be selecting a good old SR44. So let's make it happen, and also make it a good one. Also, another thing that's very important too, not having, you know, the weapons are one thing, having good augmentations is another, and you want to have the augmentations that complement your role as a fighter, as a combatant on the battlefield. So make sure you have a proper augmentation loadout. So I'm going to change out my loadout over here to focus on kitty cats, right? So I'm going to make an anti-Ramosa loadout, right? So I got this over here. And for this loadout, remember I told you about the, this is what I did over here. I triple stack attack damage stuff. This is a pure glass cannon. There's no defense on it at all. This thing is just running pure attack. I have the attack Ramosa provides it provides great damage. Attack plus provides great damage. And, you know, attack just provides standard damage, like standard extra damage. So that's good. So that's pretty much triple of those, and then the weapon itself. This loadout complements this particular configuration. This particular weapon has triple stack power up, and it is you know, has a pod damage XL. It has elemental damage. It has a lot of stuff focusing heavily on damage, right, and attacks. So that stuff is gonna complement it, which is gonna be good. The elemental damage was a plus. That just was like a happy thing. It showed up in there while I was crafting, so it's not bad. It was pretty good. It adds to it. But if you really want to get more elemental damage out of your stuff, there is elemental augmentations you can put on your loadout. But you know, honestly, I just prefer attack. I tried both of them, and I found the attack one's a little bit more effective, especially if your elemental damage is not that big. If your attack damage is more advanced, you know, shake, like I said earlier in the stream, shake what your mama gave you. Really beef up the stuff that your weapon's already strong at. All right, you want to focus on what it's already good at. Make it shine in those areas, and your weapon's gonna, you know, go a long way on the battlefield. So we're about to deploy to the Retribution New York. This is going to be wave 2 round 1. As we're starting it off, we have a fantastic night going on, and with 2 spaces available, if you are interested in joining, go ahead. If not, then sit back, relax, and watch the stream and enjoy it, as the weekend is now here. We're going to make it a lovely one and continue on with our grand, you know, our grand approach in representing its celebration. So let's make it the good one as we take out some more kitty cats and continue on the good fight, right? Hurrah. So many good fights out there, so little time. It's currently 7 o'clock at Eastern time right now, so that means we're halfway through the stream. 1 hour left of broadcast remaining. We're currently on wave 2, and wave 2 round 1, so let's make it happen. I love me some spring water, man. Actually, the drink of tonight's stream is bottled water, and it's not just any bottled water, it's spring water. You know, if you're ever gonna drink bottled water, make sure it's spring water. Here's why. Purified water is recycled toilet water. A lot of people don't know that, but it's pretty much what it is. It's recycled water. Oh gosh, it's gross. So I'm like, oh yeah. But anyways, that's why I drink spring water. That's, you know, it's yes. Alright, let's get ready to kick the shaz out of these bad guys. We got the kitty cats advancing, and so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna eliminate the little minions that spawn in right at the beginning of the fight. So there you go, both of them taken out, and let's go focus now on kitty cats, right? This guy loves to do hopscotch. Now the first Ramosa that spawns into the battlefield is a standard class Ramosa. This guy's he's nothing too special, so he'll be dealt with accordingly and pretty quick, so which is going to be one of the good things about this good fight. So we're gonna just keep on advancing our capabilities and eliminating all the hostiles possible. You know, we're gonna try to just fly through these missions, and it's going to be good. So hoorah! Keep on addressing the threats and advancing for the greater glory of our beloved Panopticon, because we gotta make it happen. And let's get ready to shoot this guy. He is about to get eliminated, so let's help speed up the process there. Congratulations. On to the next one. Now let's get ourselves a little bit of ammunition here, because this is a little quick reload. We're going to prepare ourselves with preemptive strike and put in a level 1 little traps over here, because reason why I like to post these, you'll see why in a little bit. You're going to have some enemies showing up. can't shoot through the stairs. Ah. Okay, anyways. You think you'll be able to shoot through like the little holes of the stairs there, but nah, you can't. It's like a little force field, unfortunately. You find those in video games quite often. So they got these two enemies spawning in, and both of them being eliminated right at the beginning, so not bad. And continue on the attacks over here as we're going to eliminate all the foes. And continue on bringing in justice. We have to rain justice upon these bad guys. I got hiccups again. Gosh dang it. Getting those hiccups. It happens when I start talking fast. But you know, it is what it is. We enjoy it nonetheless. And we celebrate. You know why these hiccups are awesome? Because it's a hiccup on a Friday. It's freaking Friday already, man. I'm just excited. You gotta get pumped up on Fridays. You know, because it's the weekend, it's the holiday, and it's going to be lovely. Man, I got like, no medics. What? I mean, you're trying there, but trying. Almost got it. Almost got it. But we're good though. We good. We still got plenty of lives. We're going. The enemy over here, Abductor. This is the alpha type Ramosa now spawning in. You can see this is the cream of the crop. Now, the only way this thing can get more powerful is if they're equipped with a if they're equipped with a shield generator, which there's going to be another one in shortly, right after this guy. So make sure you save up your level 2 binding thorns in answer for this for the arrival of the next bad guy. Just keep on the attacks going over here, which is really good. The one thing that's great about the SR-44, and I say specifically for the Ramosas, the fact that they like to, you know, they line their heads horizontally towards their pods. And remember I told you about the continuous damage that the SR-44 does. So the bullets of an SR-44 continues traveling. When you hit the head, you also hit the pod, and it's double damage. Like you're getting the SR-44 does really good headshot damage. It's really good at that. And you know, in combination with the pod, it's this thing is one great. It's a fantastic can opener. So it's perfect for the Ramosa, especially just because of how, you know, the dang Abductor's positioned. So we got some little shenanigan dudes here running around, and he's all the way over there. There you go. You gotta focus on them. You gotta focus on them enemies, man. Continue on the good work. Keep them busy, and that way we can go ahead and keep the playing field clear of any hostiles. And that's what teamwork's about, man. You gotta fight with what you got. So always, you know, and when you enter these type of video games, if your loadout is not maxed out, if you don't have the best loadout, don't be discouraged in playing with other players. Just because your loadout's not strong enough. What you can do is, I mean, supports are always important. So you know, medics are very essential, especially if there's a glass cannon out there in the battlefield. The medic will love you. I mean, the glass cannon would love the medic because they're always in need of band-aids. So once they run out of band-aids, then yeah, health packs are super important because they become scarce on the battlefield, especially if when you run out. But another thing too is also equipping yourselves with weapons in preparations to fight minions is a great way to help you know, keep the battlefield clean of enemies, and that way the team can focus on the Abductors. Support classes go a long way and help, you know, carry the fight, make it a lot smoother and stuff for the battlefield. So you don't necessarily have to have the craziest, strongest of weapons, but have something out there that can provide you know, some practical support. So we got the final Abductor now showing up over here. As you can see, it's an alpha type Ramosa. This one is equipped with the shield generator, and as you can see, we do have this charged particle thing, right, that we were about to shoot, but we totally got interfered by it. But you know, good thing I do carry a spare just in case for those any you know, shenanigan situations. We're able to get ourselves another willow pack, which we just did. And again, we got minions all over here, so that's what I'm saying. Those minions can really mess up how fluent the fight goes. So we're gonna start charging up here for a level 2 binding thorn. If we can get this sucker already lashed onto the enemy, we should be good. And there it is. Congratulations, we did it. Now, as you can see here, I got myself some adrenaline. We're kicking that up, and we're advancing, trying to get close here. Kai trying to cut the sucker up, but we're gonna shoot this thing point blank. One really effective thing about the easy katse is the closer you are to the enemy or the target, the more damage you're gonna be dealing. So that's what's really good about those particular weapons. So currently you can see right now Kai is trying. Like I said, I was trying to attach myself towards that pod there, but Kai beat me to it. But either way, we're still doing pretty decently though. We're gonna go for a drag down. Now dragging down these Ramosas, the only thing about them is that they will get back up instantly. But in turn, the good thing about it is that it does create an opening for me to do my attacks, and that's what we kind of want to try to strive for. You know, always strive for attacking the foe, and I think that we did manage. There you go. I think we just broke the shield. So that's how you want to try to go about it. Anytime you're you're addressing an abductor with a one of those shield apparatuses. So going in for a reload, preparing ourselves for the next run here of attacks. Currently right now the Ramosa has been tripped, and this is a great time to go ahead and take some shots onto the foe and deal the damage, right? We got some more little minions flying around too, so be very careful with those, because they can be they can be flying in, tackling people like that. So gotta be very careful. This guy is going to try to spear me here. We gotta get rid of these little dudes. Yeah, because I'm saying when these guys start flying around, they will be causing problems trying to trip your teammates and stuff. So you always want to make sure they've been taken care of and they're out of the way. Because if not, then prepare yourself for the bad day, because it's going to be a silly one. So you want to make sure they're all gone and taken care of. So because if not, you know, it is what it is. So catching up over here, Joshua representing on the YouTube channel says, what is your plan for the weekend? Also, do you play games without streaming on the weekends? Oh, that's a question from Joshua. I do play games outside of streaming. That's what I like to do. And the games that I've usually been playing a lot recently has been Monster Hunter World. And of course, you already know that we're doing an event every Tuesday. So starting 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we like to deploy on there, and it's one of the things that I'm preparing for, especially for our weekly event stuff. So yeah, off stream I play a lot of Monster Hunter World. So if there's one game, I would say it's that one. That's pretty cool. I'm very much enjoying it, and I learned some combos. Very much thank you to Danukas, right? I think it's Danukas. He was one of the I think it's how you pronounce the name. I butcher names and stuff. I'm terrible at remembering them, but I try what little best I can. But either way, oh gosh, he's going for hopscotch, freaking spamming. I have to go over here and get a band-aid. There it is. So this is a time where a glass can like myself would appreciate a medic, and because it's right at the near the ending of the fights where, you know, health packs become a little bit more scarce. Now, I do have about 4 of them, but we're in the final fight already, so I think I can be a little bit I can go ahead and use them a little bit more. So he's spamming, he's trying to spam those attacks, but he's not really getting anywhere with it though. But it's nice to see the effort. So as you can see right now, I'm within the little confines of the stairs here, a little balcony area. Scare ourselves this little mini ammo pack off the side here. And continue on with the attacks as the fight commences, and we're trying to dish out the pain towards the enemy abductor with more little enemies trying to tackle me. That one totally missed me, but like I said, these guys going ham. One cool thing about Freedom Wars is the fact that not only are you fighting you know, these giant monsters, but you're also fighting alongside them a horde of enemies, like enemy soldiers. They're gonna be showing up here in their masses, and they're gonna be attacking you and stuff. So it's a lot of multitasking going on. It's a great exercise. It's a great exercise for the mind, man, to keep you your mind on on its feet. So let's as this HP is pretty much diminishing, let's go get ourselves a nice ammo pack over here. There should be one available. There it is. I appreciate the reserving it, because like I said, you know, earlier in the stream I was mentioning that if we're playing a game and we don't have that much ammo packs kicking in, right? Reserve those for the home run hitters. Any weapon that's like really beefed up, I call it home run hitter weapon. You know, it's like the Babe Ruth of weapons and stuff. So you want to make sure that that weapon has its ammunition on your side, because it's what's gonna end the game, and you know, hit the ball out of the park. If not, expect a long fight. This guy, now when he's low in health, he's gonna be spamming a lot. As you can see here, he's already doing it. He's doing the hopscotch thing, which makes it really annoying, but you know, we'll be able to deal with him. As you can see, he's currently down. Great opportunity for us to go ahead and start assessing the damage and finishing him off. He has nowhere to go. He's pretty much held still, and congratulations, the fight is now over. We should be advancing onto the next one. That was wave 2, round 1. Not too shabby. Good job to all the peoples out there, and congratulations on a fight well done. So that was a total of 12 minutes and 21 seconds of battle as we're progressing on through this wonderful night. That was a good fight. Not too shabby. We made it happen, and happening is what we do. We got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got like 9 rare items. That was nice. It's not bad. So again, with these materials that you harvested, you can use it to craft any lightning type elemental weapons, which is pretty cool. And it's awesome. Let's see what we have. We got Troy representing over here on the YouTube channel. Great to have you here. Happy Monday to you. He has a question. He's asking, do Monster Hunter Generation Stream 6? Lots of players still play that game, including me. Oh, Monster Hunter Generation. Ooh. You know, in order for me to do that, I gotta get me a 3DS. I don't have one. Oh boy. But I don't know. Yeah, actually, there's the systems I do have are the ones I can do streams for. So I do have a PlayStation Vita, right? Of course, you're seeing it right now. I have a PlayStation 4, and I have from the newer systems of the 7th to 8th generation, or the 9th. Are we in the 9th generation already? I think so. I think we are. For those particular, I don't own the systems, but I do have older systems, but they don't have online capabilities. They're the older ones like N64, GameCube. Let's see what else. PS2. Well, they do have online capabilities. It's very primitive. It's not like the PSN version that we're used to, right? Anyways, continuing on the fight, we're on wave 2, round 2. And you know, we're celebrating it. If there's any missions you'd like to bestow upon, feel free to select them. You know, if not, I'll go ahead and pick some, and I'll pick some geek good missions, right? So we can make the monies and represent some good stuff. Dragon Zero over here says Monster Hunter Generations is a 3DS game. I don't know if 6 has a 3DS or the game. If I don't have the 3DS, I probably don't have the game either. But that's good work there, Mr. Dragon. But yeah, I don't have either. But you know, like I said, it all depends. There's no plans. I'm not gonna keep you guys like, you know, like waiting for something, you know, that probably not gonna happen. I have no plans on getting a 3DS or anything anytime soon. Maybe a Switch in the future. I don't know. Don't give your like I said, I don't want to give anybody's hopes up. Reason being is that that stuff costs the monies, and monies is tight. So you know, you got to do what you can. But you know, this is a very small channel. Being part of the it was heavily invested in PlayStation stuff because I was a PlayStation ambassador at the forums, right? So I did stuff for them, and I did PlayStation community events that you see right here. Except the ambassador program has closed at PlayStation. It's still open at Xbox and Nintendo. They still have their ambassador program going. But unfortunately, the one at PlayStation closed. In turn, I invested a lot into PlayStation. So a lot of the stuff I have are PlayStation remnants and stuff. But it's good though. You know, it allows me to make it possible to do these things. It's fantastic, right? Of course, we got a full lobby already. Happy Friday to everybody. Oh gosh, it's a hugging party. Let's get some missions activated as we make it happen and deploy onto Grand Festivity, which is Freedom Wars, right? Co-op. That's what we're playing tonight. We'll try to jump on PvP if there's any PvP going on, but it's gotten pretty slow over there. So Co-op it is, and we represent it nonetheless, and it's a fantastic game mode regardless. And like I said, this game was heavily built on its multiplayer, so that's one of the good things about it. Let's go take on some kitty cats and paradoxes next with the Ramosa and Paradoxa mission. We're about to deploy onto some more fantastic battles. Happy Friday to all those currently tuning in, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, or here on the PlayStation Network. We're representing some good stuff, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So Dragon says here, I'm planning on trading my Wii for the Nintendo Switch. Oh, you know, well, honestly, I'll tell you this, man. As a gamer and as a collector, me personally, I never trade my systems. I never do. The last time I traded my system, I regret it because I got very little for it. The amount that they give you at GameStop for trading a system, it is almost not even worth it. Especially as a collector. But that's just me, though. I mean, for you, by all means, do whatever works for you. And that's understandable. You know, everybody has different situations. So who am I to say anything? But in my situation, if you ask me on, you know, trading in systems, I'm very hesitant on trading anything in. I'd rather just keep on saving money and just buy it. So that way you maintain your collection. And plus, a lot of those games on the Wii U or any other system don't have backwards compatibility if you buy the new one. You know, so if you miss one of the older games and you're feeling nostalgic and you want to go back, you're not able to because you traded in your system. So, but yeah. Oh, also make sure you have yourselves a proper loadout. Right, we got the kitty cat loadout, I think. Right, we're good. Yeah, with the Ramosa loadout, so we good. Let's get ready to deploy. This is currently wave 2, round 2. I'm talking like Elmer Fudd right now. Wave 2, round 2 is about to start right now, celebrating this fantastic and glorious fight on this lovely weekend, which has now started. It's awesome. It's a weekend. Make it happen. So, but yeah, man, like to do stuff for Monster Hunter Generations would be interesting. However, I'm already doing stuff for Monster Hunter World, and that game is already slow enough as is. I'll stream on that game, and there's like nobody nobody that I know that plays it, so not too many people. But very little people play it. So I don't have too much of an audience for Monster Hunter. So to invest into a brand new system for that game, it would be oh boy, it would be kind of expensive. But yeah, it's only expensive if you don't use it. That's the thing. If it doesn't get used, then it's expensive. If it gets used, then it's actually a good job. It's an investment. So, all right, here it is. Getting ready to start off this wonderful battle, making it happen, celebrating this beautiful Friday. This is wave 2, round 2 starting off. We're gonna take on some kitty cats. Let's get some adrenaline boost too, because we're gonna have some shenanigan dudes advancing right over here. And let's go address the situation by attacking these guys downrange, and continue on providing some support fires, because these guys, they cause so much problems, man. Little minions, terrible minions. They're everywhere. Let's annihilate them, liquidate the minions, and advancing on to some more good battles. We got little minions over here, another little minion over there, another little minion over there, and they're all eliminated. We got some ammo packs, but we'll save those for later. We'll probably need them. Charging up for a level 2 as we're now about to address the Ramosa Alpha type. This one, again, these are both Alpha types, an Alpha type Paradoxa and a Ramosa. Both of them being the best of the best. You can see they're even equipped with their fantastic little shields. And let's get super close over here. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get close. And again, you want to try to shoot that apparatus out there and break it. You don't want these things running around with shields. Oh no, you don't. They'll be causing a freaking mess on the battlefield, so don't allow that to happen. So as we continue on with our good fights here, dishing out as much battle as possible, we're going to go ahead and make it happen, as it's a lovely, beautiful Friday. You always have to celebrate everything and call it beautiful, even if it's a Monday. Say that's beautiful too, because being able to wake up and celebrate the day is you know, that's a victory on its own too, man. So let's get ready to keep on going. Let's get a little ammo pack here, because I just got freaking swiped by that kitty cat. Now we did manage to pretty much shave off a quarter of its health, so that's good as the fight continues to advance. I always go for the Ramosa first, because Ramosa has like he has more. He seems to have more defense than the Paradox. At least I find it to be that way. Paradoxes out of all of them seem to be like one of the weakest in defense. These guys are actually pretty defensive, but again, it's also their high mobility, since they're able. I mean, they're smaller targets, and they're very fast compared to the other abductors. These guys can definitely provide a little bit more of a challenge. You know, compared to its, you know, the Paradox, which is a bigger target. He's a little bit clunky. He does have that spinning thing, but that doesn't really increase its speed at all. You can still fire it from a distance, and the fact that that thing's allergic to projectile type weapons just makes it even more of an easier game. So I really reserve that one for last. I always go for the toughest target first, because, you know, get rid of that one, and then the rest is all downhill. So as we continue on, good fight. We're making it a lovely one. This guy has a little bit of HP remaining, and with about 12 shots within the chamber of this SR-44, I think it may be enough to go ahead and wrap up the battle. Congratulations. It's time to advance onto the next one. Let's get ourselves a little ammo pack. Remember, I told you we'll save those for afterwards. So now we're advancing onto the Paradox over here. This is the Alpha type. And look, there's a couple minions over here. Let's go say hello to minions. What the heck? Little minion. I'm like shooting this thing right in front of him. And they're taking us. So good job. Let's get ourselves a little bit more. What should we go for? Nah, we good. We got adrenaline? We do have adrenaline. Let's use that. Switching back over to the SR-44. We're going to try to line up towards the pod of the enemy here, and we're going to start attacking it. Always attack the pods, attack its weaknesses. And this abductor definitely gets butt hurt. So, yep. You know what it does. Attack him in the pod. And then once you attack that area, he's gonna be tripping all over himself, and it's not gonna be fun for him. He's totally seen better days. And even if they try facing you, what's great about the SR-44, it can continue attack. I can keep shooting through him, and I can attack his pod regardless. And you know, from the other side of the body too. So that's one thing I really do like about this weapon. It's its ability to dish out continuous damage. Like again, the bullet just keeps on traveling, unlike a lot of the other weapons where they just start, you know, they will dissipate upon impact. This thing keeps on going. So it's great. You can attack multiple enemies at once with an SR-44, which is really good for as stated in by one of the PvP players, crowd control. Fantastic weapon for it. Anyways, congratulations to the team over here. We are advancing on to the next one, celebrating this lovely battle. Good job to all of you guys. And let's get ready to make it happen. 4 minutes and 54 seconds was the duration of the overall fight, as we made it happen, celebrating this grand fight towards the towards their Panopticon, defending ours. We got like 1 platinum item. We only got 1 rare. It's 2 rare items in total. I'm keeping the platinum. The rest can be donated. And I'm gonna get me some water, because I was talking a lot. If I don't get water by the end of the stream, I'm gonna sound like the Godfather. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. That would suck, man. I don't imagine me. I don't want to lose my voice, man. So I gotta drink a lot. I gotta hydrate. You gotta hydrate as much as possible. And yeah. So once you got that already taken care of, you're good. You're good to go to do the live streams, and you'll be like, oh hey, I got my radio voice. Again, so if there's any other missions out there, please let me know. We'll go ahead and select it, or if not, there you go. They're picking. They're choosing the missions. Let them pick. I'd rather have them pick the mission. You go ahead and pick the mission. You know why? Because if I pick the same missions, you know, we're gonna have a lot of Ramosa parts. Or if not, I'll pick it. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll choose mission. Let's do it. Let's see what else we have as we continue on with the good battle. We got a few more missions remaining. I think we got actually one of these speed ones. And you know, we haven't done those. A Dionea and a Paradoxa. Ooh, we can do that one. Yeah, let's do that one. The Dionea and the Paradoxa. So we're gonna fight a dragon. For this particular fight, I will be switching out my loadout towards a anti-Dionea loadout, and this is a good configuration to use, which we're going to have. We're gonna go for our custom loadouts, and where is it at? There it is. Dynea. Account. I swear, sometimes I'm blind. Like I would try to like select something and I don't even see it. So, but we good. We good to go. All right, fantastic. Let's make it happen. Deploying onto more fights. This is currently wave 2, round 3. Wave 2, round 2. I think it's wave 2, round 2. I'm not sure. I think it's the second one. I lost count, so we're just gonna call it wave 2, round 2, and continue on pushing forward to greatness, because that's what we do. We strive for greatness. Oh boy. All right, let's do it. Let's make it a good one as we continue on representing our beloved Panopticons. They're counting on us. These what are the sinners? What are the sinners? They're counting on the sinners to defend the their civilization. It's a post-apocalyptic world, and in this post-apocalyptic world, what's going on is that there's no resources, so we have to defend our resources because other civilizations are trying to steal it. Now, if they don't get the resources they need, their civilization will starve, like really bad. So, and they'll just die off. So, in order to survive, they have to get these resources, and the whole world is after it. It's kind of like it's crazy stuff. It's insane. Alright, starting off this battle, this is wave 2, round 2. I'm going to classify it like that because I already lost count. And here it is. Look at that. We got the dragon to the right, and to the left hand side we got the paradox. So both of them being alpha types. These are the best of the best. We always fight the best of the best, because that's how you do it. You go big or go home. We don't have it any other way. And again, while we fight these crazy abductors, we will be obtaining some very, very rare items, so that way you can upgrade your weapons to Geek Good mode, Geek Good status. And once you have your weapons in Geek Good status, you can go ahead and dish out the bad days upon all enemy foes, because that's our primary goal. Now there's two things we can do. We can fight the Dynea. Now if you eliminate the Dynea first, you'll just pretty much have to fight the Paradoxa. However, the Paradoxa dies first, then we're gonna fight 2 Dyneas. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna try and make it a quick fight. So we're gonna just focus on the Dynea, or at least I try to attempt to. And it's kind of like a semi, you know, you kind of see what the people want to go for. So if they want to fight the 2 Dyneas, then if you can kill the Paradoxa before I kill the Dynea, then hoorah, we'll fight 2 Dyneas. So we'll see what goes down and what happens. As we continue making it happen, we were able to take off a quarter of the Dynea's health already, which is good. And we're going to be well on our way to 50%. So let's get ourselves some extra little ammunition. Let's get also an adrenaline kicked in. And the enemy going airborne. Let's see if we can continue on with the attacks. Fall back out of the way. Watch out with that wing attack, because that thing can be very strong and cause a lot of damage if you're not if your defenses aren't into par. As the enemy is approaching the 50% mark, this Dynea will be, I mean, it's pretty much all downhill. He's not having too much of a, he's seen better days. But it's a good thing though, because you know, he's hanging in there. He's hanging in there, like the rest of us throughout the week. But you know, he's happy that the weekend is not here. He's like, oh boy, I want this. I want this work day to end already, you know, because these abductors are they're well at work, man. They're doing their thing here, and you know, they're excited that it's Friday, but they're like, but you know, we're excited that it's Friday too, so we're gonna be dealing with these dudes because we want to clock out, and we'll be like, yep, we want to enter the weekend. Hee hee. All right, let me give myself some extra ammo packs, which is important. Again, be very careful with how this guy is approaching here, because he's gonna be spinning around a lot. So yeah, you just don't wanna get caught in that. And Pecan, we managed to trip him over here. Good job. Congratulations. This guy is pretty much about a quarter health remaining, and he's representing over there. He's doing what he can. He's doing what he can. But so are we. Again, focusing on the enemy here. We have the second Dionea not showing up, and they did manage to spawn into the battlefield, but this fight is almost well over, as we're going to take out the Dionea. Now, the reason why I always go for the Dionea first is because the Paradox is very easy to kill. Like I can, like as you can see in the last battle we get into, out of all the abductors, he has like the lowest of the defense. This guy has the highest of the defense. Now watch out with the Hyper Beam attack, as we're gonna have the second one, annihilating some of the accessories or centers. I'm not too sure exactly what, but we're gonna keep on focusing all attack damages towards this enemy and duel if we can. Again, they like to like bunch up in, you know, really close proximities of each other so they can provide shield cover for one another. But either way, he's not having too much of a good day, as the fight is now over. Congratulations, that is it for Wave 2, Round 2, and we're off to Wave 2, Round 3. The minute that Dionea dies, the other one disappears. So, hoorah! That's what I'm talking about. Not too shabby. 4 minutes and 9 seconds was the duration of the overall battle, and I think we did manage to get ourselves some pretty decent amount of items, and so good job on that. And let's get ready to make it happen. We got about, got like 3 rare items in that battle. It wasn't all that good, but it's alright. Alright, let's push forward to some more fights over here ahead as we're celebrating. You have to celebrate everything. Everything has to be a festive, right? A festival. The festival of Freedom Fridays. For Freedom Wars. For the greater good. Alright, here it is. Well, so now we're back at the hub, and now we have returned. Should there be any missions, we'll find them. We'll do them. We'll finish them. And we'll win them. So let's see what we have left. There's probably not too many since we're like running through all of them. We do got one 10,000 year mission remaining. Let's go ahead and do this. So this is actually a good mission for a speed run, and it's a nice mission to try to obtain yourself some, you know, pretty a quick win. So this mission will be finished fairly quickly. So we'll get it done like because we're making good time right now. Like seriously, we're currently in. Well, we're still phase 2. We're making alright time. Let's try to make up with this, because we should be already at phase 3, at wave 3 already. I'm missing an item here. Yep, that's an adrenaline. Let's go get it. Let's get one here. Let's replenish it. And we good. Alright, so here it is. This is going to be wave 2, round 3. The final round is now amongst us, as we're going to try to do a speed run. And depending on what kind of battle this is, I think this is, yeah, this is a speedrun one. We're gonna try to, actually, I don't even remember what loadout I put. Oh, let me check. Oh, we're still here. I just noticed these guys they're not ready yet. Okay, good, I'm on payday. Now the loadout that I have here is not so much fast, but it's a good loadout to like make entitlement points to get extra credit. However, I don't need anymore, but I just want to, you know, for purpose of demonstration, I want to show you guys, if you're building up your entitlement points and you want to try to liberate your sentence fast, do this. I'm going to actually show you. Alright. Go to your augmentations and play a mission like Seoul or Jakarta, right? If you want to liberate your sentences, if you still have a lot of years left remaining. In your augmentations, make a configuration, something similar to this, right? Put contribution boosters, double stack this stuff here. Then also put your some acceleration, and then acceleration carrying. Oh, what the heck? This one's actually built for carrying. Whoa, this is perfect. Let's use it. Yeah, this one's gonna make me run fast, like a lot fast. I got acceleration carry, and as also anti-web, so I'm gonna be able to run through all the web. Bro, this thing's built for this mission. That's perfect. Well, anyways, double contribution boosters stack like that. At the ending of the match, you're going to get yourself close to 18,000 years. Alright, 18,000. That's close. Round it off. It's like 17.5. But it's like, that's a lot of years for a mission that you can do like in a little over a minute. So, that's crazy. A little over a minute, you can make, you know, round it off like pretty much 20,000 years. That's crazy. So 18,000 years if you donate everything. Close to it. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes you're a little bit short. Like you're like at 17, you know, 17,800 or something. But yeah, it's dope though. We'll see how it turns out. Let's make it happen on the final wave. the final wave of a final round actually for wave 2. It's not the final wave. We're gonna have wave 3 coming up next. So starting up this battle, this is wave 2, round 3, the final round, which is now amongst us. We're taking on the Paradoxa, and there's gonna be another Paradoxa, right? The other Paradoxa, which is there, that's an alpha type, and that one contains a princess inside, which requires rescue. But good thing here, the team has gathered together, and you know, we showed up in our you know, horses and stuff like the knights that we are to rescue the princess. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be great. Princess rescue operation. Hoorah! So let's take the high road as we get ready to deploy on the fight here. What the heck? What the heck was that? That was weird. Okay, whatever. Getting a little bit of adrenaline, charging up for a level 2, which is very important, especially in addressing this particular abductor. We're gonna focus right over here and pecan. So now that he's caught within that, we're gonna open up with our SR-44 attacks. Just continue shooting the pod, and once we got that pod damage, we're gonna start opening up here with the AAW, busting up his stuff here, and it's time for liberation of Princess Pecan. It used up almost all my ammunition. But it was perfect because now we're going to run like freaking fast and get out of here and drop off the princess and make it a lovely fight. Now hopefully this is going to be a nice little speed run, because that's what we try to address. We got the enemy abductor heading towards this direction. I really don't care about the webs. I got my anti-web loadout kicked in, so no soup for you. And there it is. We're about to deploy, and it's going to be fantastic run. Congratulations. That is it for pretty much this round. And you saw how fast that was? That was pretty fast. That was very fast. You know how fast? 1 minute and 12 seconds fast. And in total, the amount of materials, not just materials that we have obtained, we actually got, we'll find out. Let's see what rewards we got. We got a lot of actually rare stuff. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got like 9 rare items, which is alright, not bad. We're gonna donate all of them too for extra credit, and you're gonna see how much money we're going to make after this mission. And pecan, I told you that's 17,9, 17 like 948, literally almost 18,000 years in a little over a minute. That's how you become liberated super fast. You just go ahead and do that. You'll be free. A million years may seem like a lot. Like, oh man, a million years. I'm never gonna finish that. Trust me. When you do missions and you're getting like, you know, close to 20,000 entitlement points, like close, you know, in around a minute, yeah, you'll be liberated in no time. You do it in 1 day. Anyways, we're back over here. I want to say a big thank you to Wave 2. It's time for us to wave our goodbyes and prepare ourselves, because you know what's going to happen? Yep, we're going to get ready for Wave 3. So again, big thank yous to all of you guys for hanging out with us on this fantastic wave. If you want to gather up, everybody's gathering up here. Oh, look at that. It's a Kodak moment even. Is it a Kodak moment? Will it be a Kodak moment? We'll find out right now. Yep, it is going to be a Kodak moment. Happy Wave to all of you guys. Big thank yous to Wave 2 for hanging out, and we're off to Wave 3. Wave 3 starts right now. Let's make it a good one, and big shout outs to you guys, so hoorah. And we're off to the next one. Let's do it. Let's make the next lobby, because I got din din after this. I gotta eat, man. I gotta have my din din. I'm hungry. I hope you're hungry. I hope this builds an appetite, because you know what the Friday means? Friday means it's a Friday night where you go out and have din din with your friends or family and enjoy your weekend. Start it off great. So we're gonna go ahead and deploy to some request cooperation, or actually, you know, we can see if there's any versus operations out there available. Let's see if there's one of those. We'll jump back and forth, and whatever's out there, we'll play it. But again, we have to make sure that we have some good players to join. So we're gonna search for a room if there is any rooms out there. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks we've been trying to do PvP. We weren't able to connect to any games, and you know, it's kind of like one of the bummers that has been happening and stuff. So. But I like to check anyways, just in case. So you know, people don't be like, oh, well, you're not trying. I do try. I attempt. So we're requesting cooperations, making it happen. This is going to be the final wave, as there's only 18 minutes remaining for broadcast. It is up, you know, it's up to us to gather and serve our beloved Panopticons, because you know, joining hands and contributing is all on the day's work, you know. And you know, we represent here, and we do a pretty good job. Of course, we do the fantastic job. So there it is. We pretty much got the URL set up. And if you're interested in joining, there is no restrictions whatsoever. If you currently just even started this game and are shy of joining because your weapons are not strong enough, don't worry about it. I'll carry you. I'll carry you to victory. And then there's a point where you're going to make strong weapons, and then you'll be able to join and not feel bad. You'll be like, I got strong weapons now. Of course you do. You've joined these events, and you will always have the strong weapons. And then you can help out other people too, because that's always a good thing. So as we get ready to deploy onto some more fantastic adventures, let's make it happen over here. We will be making it, you know, selecting some special operations and stuff. We got 3 imitation red rages. I think we should try to get some more missions. Although I do want to fight that mission though. Red rages are pretty fun. So let's see what else we have in the bank as we continue on pushing forward and addressing more combat scenarios. So technically right now, you know what mission we haven't done, which is a good one, which I like? There is one that I really do enjoy, and it's the one that you run the citizens, right? There's one that I like. It's this one over here. Let's do this tiger mission. So I'm gonna do this mission, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be very much enjoyable, and I'm gonna try to solo this thing actually, because one thing about this particular mission, it's very challenging to solo. But if you do it, it turns out to be a really good fight. But you have to actually handle this thing in a certain manner, because if not, you will get a bad day. So you have to pretty much actually, you know what, I'm gonna go use anti-abductor, and here's why. There's gonna be an all-purpose quadruped on the battlefield, and with that all-purpose quadruped in the battlefield wreaking havoc, it's going to spell disaster if not handled properly. Again, with the amount of time that we have, I think this is gonna be enough time just to do this one wave. And then we'll be able to you know, keep on pushing some more stuff. So we'll see how it turns out. Now for this particular fight, what you have to do is you're gonna have to eliminate the all-purpose quadruped first, and then have all the teammates put all the teammates to focus on you know, reviving, because this mission is gonna be a lot of dying. Again, there's gonna be minions all over the place too, so we're gonna have to try to deal with them. Starting off this battle here, we're going to make sure that we have the AIs doing their thing here and making sure they got the good stuff. Now I have to figure out how to do the commands. So protect citizens, stand by and cover. I'll put let's see, fire will, prioritize revival, unify targets, protect. I mean, I don't even know which one to go for. I'll just leave it as is. Okay, let's get ready to kick the shavs out of this behemoth. Getting some adrenaline boosting and all that stuff. Let's go make it a good one. I think there's a isn't there a prioritized revival? I think it's only for the accessory. So again, we have to try to focus on keeping the AIs alive. Again, and only focusing at the first beginning on this quadruped. And why did I say that? Because that quadruped, you know, the Ramosas that are out here, you know, these guys are they're pretty dinky. They're nothing too special. So they will be easily taken out though, but just focus all firepower on the main target here, because this guy is going to be causing a bit of diversion, and he's totally just trying to crushing Kai over there. Don't get grabbed by him. That'll be I'll spell disaster. But Kai's okay, he survived. He's a medic after all, probably self-healing himself. And continue on with the attacks. And just again, make sure you keep a respectable distance. So you can see we're approaching the quarter mark. We got like, you know, one fifth of his health already eliminated. Getting out of the way over here, trying to get ourselves a little bit of a band-aid and an adrenaline. You want to be very careful too, because this guy can like seriously one-hit KO. This is a Mark IV quadruped too, so this is the... Anytime you see a Mark IV, those only apply to all-purpose abductors, or standard basic abductors. Mark IV is pretty much the strongest they can get. Outside a Red Rage. Now there's a Red Rage Mark II, which that one's the strongest with the Red Rage. Should there ever be a Red Rage Mark IV, then oh boy, that would be like Super Saiyan God mode. Let's get ourselves a little bit of a band-aids kicking in. Again, so far right now the AI doing a pretty good job focusing, you know, a lot of their attention here on this enemy as he's approaching his 50% mark. Try to fall back a little bit. And continue on the attacks towards the enemy guy. Going in for a little reload. One's not too shabby. Again, this guy is extremely defensive. Very this guy's designed to have like 4 people designed, like pretty much running at him. But yeah, you can, I mean, with the proper gear you can take him on alone. So you want to always make sure that you have the right equipment. Again, for this particular battle, I'm using an anti-abductor loadout. And although there's primarily Ramosas on this map, this is the reason why I choose to go the abductor route. Try to go this way over here. And trying to recover back from the fight here. Hehehe, had a trump card on my sleeve. So you can see this AEW is extremely strong. This thing will be able to wreck abductors fairly fast, and one of the good things about it is the fact that I actually forgot I had the AEW on me. AEWs are fantastic for taking out these enemies. Try to get out of the way quick and get a band-aid ASAP. This guy's attacks are really strong too, so you want to try to avoid them and evade them to the best of your capabilities. And yeah, I will be bleeding out. My accessory trying to recover me, but she's unable to by the fact that she was standing there right in front of the leg. Let's try to finish him off. And with that, not too much HP left. This guy's already pretty much done. Congratulations, that is it. So it's pretty much all downhill at this point. Let's get ourselves a little bit of some adrenaline. Going in for a little reload, and now we can focus on these little dinky abductors. Now, when taking down the Ramosas, pretty much when the pods break, you can liberate the citizen. However, I would prefer just, you know, killing the whole thing. So I mean, you can kill these guys really fast. That all-purpose quadruped is the most defensive defensive quadruped in the game. So that it doesn't get any. This guy's a freaking walking tank. So it's always good to try to let's get these guys here to focus on the citizens. Because there's citizen all the way over there, and these guys are just like chilling here, ignoring it. So soloing this mission is it's actually really fun. It's a bit of a challenge, but you have to address it like at a certain from a certain angle. And the best point of attack is taking out the all-purpose quadruped. The rest is all downhill. These guys are These guys are pretty, and they're pretty easy. They're fun to fight against too, so. Okay, no ammunition, no band-aids. Let's get ourselves a little bit of replenishment here. The battlefield is really good because there's, you know, there's little ammo crates and stuff scattered around. And they do respawn periodically. But it's always best to try to you know, conserve nonetheless. As I said, it would be really cool if they had actually a some type of Ibarra that would help replenish ammunition, like a support class that would help that with that stuff, which would be great. So one of the other citizens now currently available, however we're not going to try to obtain them. Reason being is that our role is to eliminate everything in the battlefield. We're going to try to take all of them out. And we're doing a pretty good job so far. So this